Back at it again. This is, I think, the third time here for our returning guest, Colleen Lindberg. And Colleen, thank you for being here. We're both in new places. I think we had that kind of planned out for um, when we were setting up this event. But yeah, that's kind of where we are right now. So you are now in your new place, and how is that? How's that transition been? You went from you're still, I don't know. You said you're in the city, but like, I mean, you're still. It doesn't really count, but it sort of counts. So
I'm still in Costa Rica, Rusty. I'm still in Costa
okay,
Rica, but
still in
I moved
Costa
from like
Rica.
the jungle. Yeah, I moved from the jungle mountain house, like being completely segregated from the world, to living in a high rise. You can see behind me if you're watching the video. Like, it feels like I live in New York, even though it's totally not New York, but in my mind it is.
So
So, yeah.
how big are those? Not cities. How big are those buildings there? Then are you like one of the taller buildings in the city, or are you? Are there a lot of other buildings that size?
Yeah, well, I'm like, so San Jose is like the capital, right? And this is where we fly
Oh,
in
okay.
when I fly. And then I used to live 3.5 hours on a good day with no traffic from the airport. Now I'm 20 minutes away, which serves me to be able to hop on a plane and go somewhere, although I still have travel time and connecting flights because there's not a lot of directs coming out of this airport. However, super grateful that I'm this close. And this building is like 24 feet, or 24, not feet, 24 floors.
Wow. Okay.
24 floors. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, so it's kind of high. It has a
okay.
rooftop
So
pool and some cool shit up there. Like, you have a barbecue up there, and so you can bring your steaks upstairs and barbecue on the roof. It's kind of fun.
have you gone up there and barbecued on the roof, or have you swam on the roof yet?
So they're fixing the pool right now, but in like a week the pool will be ready. So, and I haven't barbecued yet, but I saw people going up the other day and I was like, "Oh fuck, I need to do that shit." So, I will. I'll bring the dog up, we'll have a fucking barbecue up on the roof, you know? Good times.
Dog hopping in the pool with you?
She doesn't like pools. Actually, she's very particular. She only swims in rivers and oceans. So far, she hasn't been to a lake yet. So we'll see what happens once I get her to a lake. But yeah, she's a pretty high maintenance.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you're like, that's like going from like eating caviar every day to like, hey, here's some hot dogs. Go hop in the lake. you know,
Yeah.
After having the ocean and rivers there where you were, and it's like, okay, well, um, so
Yeah.
then you have the pool up there, and yeah, I had a pool at the like one of the first places I lived at in Portland, but like it was one of those things like how often can I go in the pool there? Like it's like what are you gonna do? But so then you're on the 21st floor. So did you get to choose what floor you were in, or was that kind of what was open, or you're like I want to be high, or I want to stay? Because like I don't know, because yeah, you got like once you're up to the 21st floor, you got to have also a plan to get out. Like that's another one of those things.
Yeah, I
And
actually thought about that. I was like, I don't
yeah,
know
okay,
how
so
fast I can run down these stairs, like, like stair hopping down. No, so I'm only here. So a couple things. I moved into this building on the 6th floor into an Airbnb, and then I didn't want to be in that one any
oh,
longer. And a friend of mine was flying in for the night, so I got a 2 bedroom, and I moved to the 21st floor, 2 apartments down. And then that place was a little bit dingy. There was like ants, and when I pulled the sheets off the bed, the
ooh,
mattress cover was kind of stained, and some things that you're like, And so this place became available, and I literally moved today, like apartments down on the 21st floor,
Oh.
and it all feels super cohesive. I know. So I'm Airbnb-ing it right now, but ideally I'm going to land in Santa Ana in a place that's available on the 21st of May. And it's only on the 3rd level. It has a massive terrace, so Lily can go lay outside in the sun all day long. Because, like, right now, it's like, this will be better for her, but it's like 2 feet by 6 feet, you know? So, like, and she's way up fucking high. So the first, when I moved into the other place, I was dizzy a lot. Like, the equilibrium was really off for me, and just trying to ground, and it felt like the whole apartment was angled, and like couldn't even go outside. Here I can go outside. It feels a lot more grounded and safe. But yeah, it's just interesting.
So, okay, so then how is it with not having to do that long journey to the airport? Because, so when I came out here, first I needed to get out of the city, but then after that, then it's like a 5-hour, or not train, like bus ride, and that's on a good day, like if there's no traffic. There was during Easter week, and like everyone here is Catholic, so
Yeah,
like,
here
everything
too.
was shut down. No, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have that where everything was shut down?
Yes.
For the week?
Yes.
Okay. What did you do to take your time there during that week? What were you doing while everything was shut down?
Yeah, and that was like the middle of that week. I had just moved here, and so it was really interesting to like be in that journey, you know. But some restaurants were still open doing Uber Eats, so I ate a lot of Uber Eats, and I fucked around on Netflix for a while, and you know, randomly did some work on my computer, you know, so like, you know, the typical shit. Went for walks, explored the neighborhood, found there's like 3 major parks around us, like within blocks of us, so you know, took Lily. She's really great off leash, and she loves to play with other dogs, so she's having a heyday in the parks because she's just running around meeting new dogs, you know. So yeah, it's been kind of fun.
That's a good life. Okay, so then to go back to the so then so if you can just go to the airport now. You're just like at the airport. You don't 20 minutes.
Yeah, Uber. They have
That's
Uber
pretty
here.
Nice. Uber to the airport.
Uber to the airport. I Uber everywhere.
What? No car? Didn't you have a car at your last place? Do you still have that?
Yeah, I was renting it, and so I gave it back because because everything is like almost everything here is cash. So I couldn't, unless I wanted to drive 3.5 hours one way to just pay him every single month and then drive back, you know. I'm really in this momentum right now of like not going backwards, and like spirit and divine is like really calling me to like be forward facing. And every time I try to go back, I get my like knees cut off, and I'm just like, okay, I'll fucking start listening, you know? So yes, and I don't need a car here. Like it costs you more to fucking park than it would to even have a vehicle. Like it's just crazy. Like, and Uber's super cheap. Right. Like I can get anywhere for like $4 to $6 US. So it's like super cheap.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's even better. Yeah, I mean, like, why not take that? And plus, what are the roads like there? Is it or the traffic? Is the traffic like?
Yeah, there's sometimes traffic. Like we're in a city. Like it's a major city. People are driving all over, you know. But like I can pretty much get to anywhere I need to go within 15 minutes of here. So like it's not bad at all. I have restaurants below. I have a cafe I went down. Speaking of which, I'm like, where the fuck is that coffee? Did I finish it? I went down to get a coffee before my client call at 3, and I'm like, did I leave my coffee in the other apartment when I cleaned it? I don't think so. Did I finish my coffee? I don't fucking know. So like, there's a cafe below, restaurants in walking distance, like super close, a really amazing steakhouse that's super like posh, and like their fucking bread is amazing. So it's like everything that I need is available around. So yeah.
How's your so then your what's it called? Your language, your what am I trying to say here? Your shit. Your ability to speak the language there, Spanish, I assume, is pretty good. Now you've been there for a while. You probably picked up a thing or two. Did you have anything beforehand walking into there? You lived in LA for a bit, didn't you?
Yeah, but I
Or
never
somewhere
spoke.
near
Well, I
there?
lived in, yeah, like Palm Desert, Palm Springs. But I never spoke Spanish when I was there. And so I have a French background. I grew up in French immersion school, so it helps me a bit. I can get by. I wouldn't say that I'm good, but I can understand what people are saying, and me speaking it back, I can kind of understand. Like I can kind of get it out, but I still need work. Like I've got to practice it, just like anything in learning a new language. It's like you've got to just be in it. So I was casually
Yeah.
dating a Tico, who's like a man that was born in Costa Rica, and he didn't speak English, so that really helped. Like
Yeah.
for a few months when we were together, like even our communication was all in Spanish, so it really helped me. Like I can read it, I can understand it, I can move through that space, but it's still. It was very minimal. Like if you were to ask him what I did for a living, he has no fucking clue because we talked about surface level stuff like the exercises we did at the gym that day or how our work day was, like and what we want to eat
Yeah.
for dinner, like that's all,
But that's great. That's the way to get into it and get learning. You got to just throw yourself in there, and if you don't know what someone's saying, you got to figure it out somehow. You got to work your way towards it, and yeah, I mean that's probably a good way to do it. And
Well,
okay,
I'll tell
so
you a funny story real quick
go ahead.
about that, and then you can move me wherever you want to go. But
Ooh, all right.
so we were having sex, like for one of the first times we were having sex, and I was just like, how do I tell them what I want? Like, I don't even know the language in sex. Like, how do you speak Spanish, sexual Spanish, to tell people what you desire or like anything? So it's almost like you're trying to sign language, like in the sense of things, or like yes is C, so you're like C, like, and then how do you say don't stop? Like no cerrado, like that means closed. Okay, no, what the fuck is stop in Spanish? So you're trying to think of Spanish words in your mind while you're in the middle of having sex. It was like quite entertaining when the first few times we were together. That
Because
was
you
fun.
probably don't think about that beforehand. That's sort of like once you're in the moment, then it's
Yeah.
like, oh shit,
Shit.
okay, well, here we go. This is
Yeah.
gonna be a whole experience here.
I figured you'd be
So then,
entertained by that, so I
okay,
was like, okay, wait, let me land that one for you, Rusty, and then you could take me wherever you want to go.
okay, I'm entertained by that. So then, so eventually, then it became time that that was able to make it like better and more able to express your needs and wants and what's working, what's not working.
Yeah, and to ask him too for what he wanted, and plus, like, everything for me is energy, right? So just being able to read him and to be able to kind of send him guidance in certain ways of visuals, hoping he'll pick it up, because I'm like, I don't know if he's intuitive. Like, I have no idea. We never talked about intuition. We talked a little bit about God, and he grew up in the church, of course, because that's what you do. He no longer goes, but yeah, it was just, all of it was just so interesting and such an amazing learning curve and growth curve, and it's just like, when I look at it that way, it's like I learned so much through him, and it was really kind of cool, like how to be in life. Like, he'd never had hot water in his house, he's never had air conditioning, and so like he would go in the shower and use cold water, and he'd be like, do you want to come in? I was like, fuck no. Like, I'm like, let me go into my hot shower in the other room, because I would just be like, but that's just who they are. And if you think about the health benefits of like cold water on you every day, and that's what they do, it's just so interesting. I learned so much about different aspects of being a human.
So have you switched to the cold water?
No. And now that I'm in the city, it's even more like posh. It's like I don't I think people flush their toilet paper here. Where I lived, you don't
Okay.
flush because the septic systems can't handle it. But here, I still
Yeah.
use the garbage bin. You know, like I still honor the tradition of what I've learned through Costa Rica. But I bet you it's not grounded like it is there. It's just like this is the vibe is different, and it's meant for me. Like this is my stepping stone, like I told you, back into like North America, and I need to get my feet wet here first, and then be able to go back. So, yeah, so
Yeah.
much to learn.
And so like you were saying earlier about the only going forward, like, so it's hard to go back. It's really hard. Like, when I went from Oregon to Minnesota, and then went somewhere else in Minnesota, but then went back to Salt Lake City.
Mm.
It felt so weird. I felt like I was going back, like going closer back to Oregon. And I'm like, hold on, like it didn't feel right. And then like needing to get over on the other side of the country. It's always nice to like be like, oh yeah, it would be kind of cool to head back a little that way, but like yeah, you got to get that forward momentum, and that forward momentum is everything. Especially like with you're saying with your intuition, like you got to get to where you're getting. You got to, and you know where you're headed now. You know where you want to be, but at the same time, right now you're in a place that you want to be still. Like you're in a spot that is still moving forward and moving you closer to where you want to be, and you're getting a new experience. You're getting your country, but then you're getting it, like out
It's
of
like a whole other way. Yeah, it's just like, yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
well, and you know what's interesting? Like, you would think that people in San Jose would know English. Like, you would think that. It's kind of touristy, but they don't. So, like, it's even
sweet.
requiring me even more to not grab my phone and to be able to communicate with them and to just be really kind of open that way. But I have rarely met, there was one girl that works a desk here, but other than that, I haven't met any other, like, real Tico Ticas, other than a few of the women at the park with their dogs that speak English too. So it's really interesting. So all the restaurants everywhere I go, and so it's really allowing me to step back into the space of that communication and learning, and how do I be integrated in a community that, out of respect for them. So, yeah.
So how are you meeting people? What's your kind of go-to here? Are you walking up to people with a smile and just working the Colleen charm, or is it you're finding some common interests and meeting people that way, or like you said, going to the market and getting those people and meeting people that way who are kind of going to point you where everything you need to know is going to be?
Yeah, well, like, I say hi to everybody, unless, like, there's a lot of people that are really focused here, so it's not as communal as it is in Uvita where I used to live. Like, it's like everyone's, like, they're going to work. It's like, you walking into New York City and you're fucking prime time between, like, 7 and 9 a.m. and you're saying hi to everybody on the fucking street. They're like, who the hell is this crazy chick, so let me get to work, right? So it's almost like that kind of energy. But there's a couple of Facebook groups where there's gringas in, and they do like weekly events, and last week I went to a women's luncheon, so there was like 12 of us there, and so we sat around and ate, and then I figured one of the girls lives across the street from me, so her and I are going to meet for coffee tomorrow. And it's just kind of getting out there and networking, let's just call it, like old school ways of just going to places where people are and saying hi, and the girl downstairs knows me, and so when I walked up today, she goes, tu llamas Colleen, see? And I was like, hey, you freaking know my name. This is amazing. So it's like one of those kinds of energies. And I just said, oh my gosh, like, muchas gracias, like, thank you. for recognizing me. And now I'm like, I was walking Lily. I'm like, I don't even fucking know her name. What the fuck, Colleen? Like, you need to now get her name so that you're not the asshole gringa that's coming up to get coffee and you don't even know who she is, you know? So it's like, there's that moving through too. Go ahead.
Did you recognize her?
Yeah. I say hi to them.
Okay.
I don't know their names, and I'm like, oh, I got to get better at this, you know? Because I've been
They just have to learn one. Sorry.
Yeah, but still.
They're not having to go through the whole meet everybody and. But yeah, if you know, so what's your method for remembering names?
I just I'm pretty good. Like at least I used to be really good. I'm pretty good now, you know, because I float a lot. Like I literally, and not that gives me any type of like excuse whatsoever. It almost feels like I don't ground in enough like I used to, where I could I could tell you exactly where I met you, the last time I saw you, what we talked about. I used to be able to do that shit. I have a memory of like where the last time I heard that song was, and I could tell you exactly where I was when I heard that song. Like there's something in me that way, and I don't know, it just lands usually.
Okay, and so and now that just sticks. Now it's that much easier, but sometimes, I mean, I assume, you know, once you meet her again, like when you see her again, it's going to be like, you know her name because it's been a whole thing. Did you have to ask her name? Did you say,
I'm going to have,
the way,
no, I am going to have to ask her. Yeah, I'm going to be like, ¿cuál es tu nombre? You know, ¿cuál es tu nombre? I will. So I can remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I remember playing drinking games, and there was a drinking game where, what was it called? It was some card game where you had to like, everything you had to give some sort of rule about if, you know, something, whatever. And I would always do, before you talk to anybody, you would have to say their name before you say something, because that helped me, but now, but I don't know. But then I got into calling everybody Bud for a while, and some people don't like that. Some people get upset. Maybe it's just like, it's probably different being a Canadian and calling people Bud as opposed to
dude,
being an American and calling people Bud or dude. Like, you know, just it was a thing. But I feel like I don't know. There's been a few times where I'm like, I have no clue what your name is, but like I know you, and like I'll remember the people for the most part, but I don't know. It's a lot when you first move to a new place and trying to get to know everybody. But like you're going out and you're meeting people, which is important. And so then, okay, back to your coffee. How do you take your coffee?
Yeah. So well, like Americanos usually with milk, and I can drink them black. I usually don't ever have sugar, but sometimes I'm like a chai latte girl and I want a dirty chai latte, or it just depends on the day really. But standard, like if I was making coffee here, it'd be coffee with milk, or my first coffee always has protein powder in it, this chocolate that I have, so it's like a mocha. So I get like my burst of protein in the morning because I don't like to eat till a little bit later, but I need to be fueling my body more because I desire to release some of the rest of the fat on me, and I need more protein. And I just I forget to eat sometimes. Just like when I'm moving, I take the dog for a walk to the park because she's got to meet her friends at this specific time where all the dogs are at the park between 5 and 5:30. And then we get back and I'm like putting shit away, and then I'm like, oh my God, it's 6:18. I need to be on this podcast with Rusty. And nobody's fed and nobody's eaten since I don't even know when. And I'm like, fuck it, we'll eat later. You know, like, so I always have protein to start my day in my coffee because it just makes it so much easier. But yeah, I'm an Americano girl. I like espresso. Yeah.
So then do you do like the cafe con leche? Is that your, or whatever they would call it? Is that what, or, you know, basically the same thing?
Yeah. That's coffee with milk.
Okay.
That's coffee with milk.
Coffee with milk, or is it espresso with milk?
Yeah, well, I usually like Americanos, so it's like espresso with water and then milk
Ooh,
in it, so it's not like
okay.
ground coffee beans. But the coffee that I get here is like, as you know, like Costa Rica is like one of the main coffee portals. It's fucking amazing. And I went to this plantation and met the family that was up on the mountain, and so he gave me 3 kilograms of coffee before I left. So I got coffee here for a while, at least.
So, at that plantation, so when's the Colleen coffee brand starting up? That's going to be the offshoot. That's going to be the import export. I
Well,
guess the export.
he could send it here. He told me he can send it to the U.S. even. So there's just a minimum fee that you pay for delivery and shit, but I can order as many bags as I want to send it to Canada or the U.S. So I just have to connect it in, and it's amazing coffee. Like it's so fucking good. Like it's yeah, so smooth. And I've had like organic coffee where it almost tastes like instant coffee, So and
Oh yeah.
this coffee is amazing. So it's just like every time I send it to people, I'm like, this coffee's great. One of my girlfriends owns like a roaster, and she's like, that coffee's
Well,
amazing. I'm like, I know.
you don't have to tell me on it.
Yeah, I get it. I'm in it.
Literally. Uh,
Yeah.
so then, are you are you still or, okay? When was the last time you drank the instant coffee? Like when was the last time you had like?
Oh my god, I don't know. Probably the same time
Was it?
I used a microwave. Probably like 15, 20 years ago. I don't know. Unless somebody made me instant coffee and I was just drinking it to like appease. Um,
Yeah.
I don't remember. I have no clue.
You don't use a microwave for you haven't used
No.
a microwave for 15. Good. Fuck.
Yeah, never. I
That's
like others. I'm looking at one right now, going, "You will never be used." Like I'm just
yeah.
like I literally try to unplug them wherever I live if there is one, because I just am like, it's never like I pull out a pan and I heat things up on the stove and reheat that way, or a toaster oven, and it's just like, no, thank you, no bueno.
Yeah. What got you there? What got you to say fuck microwaves?
You know what? Just one. It's just the same thing of like birth control. I just intuition, just one day said don't, and I didn't look up statistics. I didn't look up information. I didn't deep dive into research. And then years later, I find out that the whole radiation shit, and then birth control, what it does to women's bodies, and all the things. And I just went, oh well, I just knew, I just knew. So
Yeah.
it's been 15 years since I've been off birth control too. So I just track my cycle. I'm regular every 28 days. Like I have no issues, nothing, even though I'm 44. And I'm just like, no, I'm still your spring chicken.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Because you're not putting all those extra chemicals
Yeah.
and whatever else kind of radiation and fucking weird shit from both of those from
All of it.
like yeah from all of it like um, yeah you were big on getting me off a lot of weird shit like I appreciate that about you I mean I'm still like I don't know the last time I used a microwave. I don't know the last time I took birth control. Either one of those. I don't know. Like I feel like it's been a while.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but
That's
it's
good.
good. Like everything is supposed to be, especially when you're using your intuition. Like I try to go and instill that in so many people, and there's so much second guessing. But then there's the hindsight. But then it's like hindsight is also mostly intuition.
Mhm.
Like it's basically the same thing. It's just like I didn't realize that. Like I didn't realize I could do that. I didn't realize like, oh yeah, I was thinking that was what I should do,
Yeah.
but here I didn't do it because X, Y, and Z. Some reason of not wanting to trust it. And so, I mean, do you remember a spot where you first was like, I need to trust my intuition, and it paid off,
Yeah, well,
or was it like
every
a short
day.
burn?
Yeah, well, I use it every day, but like I remember the times where I didn't listen more so than the times that I did, because the times that I didn't listen, the thing happened and then I went, "Fuck, I knew that," and it's just like, and tell the story often, and I don't even know if we talked about it the last time we were chatting, but the time I took out the garbage, did I ever tell you that story where so I'm in my house in Canada, like in Aurelia, in this house, and it's like winter, and I'm going to take out the garbage. Now I'm in sweatpants, my winter boots, and a hoodie. Like I'm not putting on a jacket. It's like the garbage is in the driveway. Like I literally am walking out the door, put the garbage in the driveway, and
Yeah.
my intuition says to me, "You should take your key." And I was like, what the fuck should I take my key for? So I'm having this fight with my intuition. I was like, whatever. So I go to take the garbage, didn't take my key. I come back and the door's locked. Okay, like how is the door locked? It's like one of those locks
Whoa.
you have to like turn in order to lock it. Like it's not like it just like whatever. And so I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, and it's the middle of winter, and the closest window to me is 8 feet up off the ground. And luckily the day before I had listened to my intuition when it said, you should unlock that window. Okay? And I listened and unlocked the window the day before. And so I went and found this random chair that I could find in the backyard, and like literally had to do like tricep push-ups to get up into the window. And at the time my bed was right up against it, so my dog and cat were right at the window when I was lifting it up trying to lick my face, and I'm trying to fucking get myself up in the window in the middle of fucking winter to get myself back into my house. And I never forget that story, because it's like these small moments in our life we're being talked to or connected in, or we just know something's about to happen and we just either not listen. Like I have so many stories about not listening to my intuition that's gotten me into so much fucking trouble. And like even a story I told just about yesterday, like on one of my trainings today about something that transpired, I'm just like, I knew better. I heard, don't invest in this, don't do this, and I did anyways. And then it came back to bite me in the ass.
And you were locked out of your house and had to go and try to climb up your window into that investment of time and whatever else.
But I'll never forget that story, because it's like, who
Yeah.
brings a key to the fucking garbage when it's in the driveway? Nobody.
Right.
Like who even puts a jacket on to go outside in the wintertime when you're taking the garbage out? You're like, I'm fucking, because I'm from Winnipeg, right? So for me, it's like,
Right.
I can handle this, And it's like, I grew up in minus 40 degrees Celsius, which is cold as fucking Fahrenheit, so like.
Right. Yeah. Those are some fun days there.
Yeah.
But like you know how to do it. You know that you can still go, and if you just need to have the timing down. Like you're good if you have the key. If you have the key, you're good to go walk outside without it, but or without a jacket, or without whatever else you need. But then at the same time, if you're out there a little longer than that, then you're better.
Yeah.
And
and it's
go
really
ahead.
interesting is that a few weeks later I was leaving the house and I had a candle lit, and I'm like, oh well, I'm just gonna go, and my intuition's like, you should blow out that candle. And then I made this excuse as to why not to blow out the candle, but then I went back and obviously blew out the candle before I can't remember where I was going. It's somewhere really fast, because I was like, what the fuck, like why do I have to blow out the candle? I'm gonna be right back, like, don't worry, I blew out the candle.
Because who knows? But you knew something would have happened, even if it didn't happen. Like your intuition was telling you that, and then that
Yeah.
that reaffirmed
Mhm.
that you should be listening to your intuition and trusting it,
Yes.
and then that makes your intuition even stronger. But it's already strong as fuck. So what's
Well, it wasn't
you
as
just have
strong
to
as it is
believe.
today, that's for sure. Like, it wasn't as strong as it is today. But as I kept refining the muscle, like it kept getting stronger and stronger, and I kept leading and leading and leading. And it's like, people are like, why did you move to the city? I'm like, my intuition told me to. It was time. Like, that's how I got to Costa Rica. It was like, I woke up one day and God's like, it's time to go. I was like, great, where are we leaving? It's like, you're moving to Costa Rica. I was like, awesome, when am I going? He's like, you're going in the fall. I'm like, okay. Should I start to sell stuff now? He's like, yep. I'm like, selling stuff now. I'm like, let's go. And it's a whole bunch of fun, but it takes that trust and surrender, really. It has to be dismantled from our normal human conformity that we've been trained to follow the rules and get all the facts first, because when we lead with intuition, most of the time there's never any fucking facts until later, and then you're like, oh, that's why I took that move. So.
Right. And so then what was the first thing you sold when you were getting ready to move?
Oh my
The first
gosh.
thing you're like, hey, let's sell this.
Well, so it was in the spring. So we were coming out of winter, and the place I lived in, one of the back bedrooms was really cold because it was like they only had 2 heating vents in the main area that covered the 2 first bedrooms and the living room and kitchen area, but not the back space. Like, I don't know how this house was built and why they separated the house in these units. It was crazy. But I had this fireplace that I mounted on the wall in my office, and so I would turn it on. It would, heat up the office. It was actually super fucking toasty in there. And even when I moved, I moved in October, and there was part of me that was like, I should have kept the fireplace until I left, because it was like, because I slept in that back room, because I dismantled all the rest of the rooms and then just had a small space that I slept in. And then after I left, my girlfriend came the next day and just took all the rest of the stuff because she needed things and stuff like that. So just whatever was left there, she took and cleaned up the space for me, which was really kind of fun. But it was that electric fireplace. I remember that. A lot of donation bags went. I sold all my workout stuff because, during COVID, I couldn't go to the gyms in Canada. And so I started working out at home. And, yeah.
What were you working out at home? Like, what did you have to, like, make up some sort of routine, or do you have to, like, start buying stuff and, affixing it to the over the door, or like something like that, or making makeshift stuff to work out at home?
Well, a couple of things. So I picked up some dumbbells. Those are the easiest, and some bands. And then that year for Christmas, my parents bought me TRX bands. And then I had a handyman come over, and, like, I'm sure my landlords fucking hated me. I had him bolt the bolts to the wall so I could do TRX exercises on the top and bottom. So I had those, and then I was just using the Beachbody app. So whatever I felt like that day, I'd go and do, or I'd follow a routine for a couple weeks and just do the videos every day. And I had everything I needed. I had my yoga mat. I had I didn't have heavy weights. I think I had 30 pounds, up to 30 pounds. From 5 to 30 pounds. So I had a good variety that I could use.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I just worked out from home. I did 75 hard in the winter of 2022, and started in January. That was fucking intense. And do you know anything about 75 hard? Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's like Andy Frisella. Do you know who he is? Like First Form? Do you know? Okay. So he created this mind fuck, that's what we want to call it, because it really is. It's for mindset. Regime. Let's call it a regime. And there's these things you have to do every day for 75 days in a row. No breaks, no rest days. So you do 2 workouts a day, minimum 45 minutes. 1 has to be outside. You have to read 10 pages of a personal development book. You have to drink a gallon of water. You stick to a diet, no alcohol, and you take a photo every day of yourself. Those are the qualifications. If you don't do it one day, you have to start again at day 1. And so I started on January 1st in the middle of fucking winter, and every day I put on my shit and gear to go outside to go take that walk that I needed to take, because he doesn't tell you what to do. You just have to decide and hold yourself accountable to that. And so between my workouts indoors and the walk I took, and I was able to get back into a gym, I think it was the end of February that year. And then so it made things a little bit easier, because I would walk to the gym, go to the gym, or do whatever I needed to do. But it was a journey.
So, okay. So then what were your walks like? Were you, did you just start off with, short little walk, or were you already walking beforehand, or?
Well, I purposely didn't do this walk with my dog, because she would stop and start, and then all the things, especially in the winter, it's cold for her too. She wore a winter coat. We lived in a snow belt town too, so we had a lot of snow where I lived. And So I would just go out and I'd time it. I'd walk 22 and a half minutes, and then I'd walk back the same way I came, because you have to do 45 minutes minimum. So if I'd get back home and it was only 43 minutes on my timer, I would walk around the block again, or I'd walk up and down the driveway until it hit 45. Like, that's part of the mental game of this whole program. Like, it's not even set up to like lose weight or get in shape. It's set up for you to commit and stay in that commitment, because most people would shy off, right? So between day 21 and day 35 is where most people drop out.
Especially people starting on January 1st.
Yeah.
I mean, like when you're at the gym, you know, you get to that time of the year and it's like, oh, well, here it goes. It's going to be crowded for a bit with a bunch of people who don't know how to use the equipment, and then they drop off. But you stuck with it and you made it to the end. So what happens when you get to the end?
You just and then they have like I can't remember what it's called, but I never did it, but it's like then you can drop into like another space and portal, and then there's people that just keep doing rounds of 75 hard. Like, they'll take whatever break in between and then they'll start it again and do it again. And it's like, I technically could do 75 hard here, but I just don't really need to. Like, I'll take the dog for a walk in the space of that, and she loves walking, and I love, like, she's just amazing, actually. Like, she's just like a beautiful dog to have. Like, she's easy to walk, she loves to play, we go to the park, I throw sticks, she plays with the other dogs. Like, she just is amazing. And like, I just, like, she'll go poop in the pet park in the apartment and we won't have any issues. Like, it's like my other dog was high maintenance. She'd be like, I'm not pooping in this place. You know, like, you know, when we did a road trip one time, I literally walked her for like 3 hours trying to get her to poop. Like, it was just like, can you just poop on the side of the road? Why can't you fucking poop on this piece of grass? Like, yeah, it was one of those kinds of things. It was a little intense.
So with that dog, where'd you get that dog? When, like, what was going on when you got that dog?
The one in Canada? Her name's Athena.
Yeah, the one in Canada.
Yeah, so a friend of mine's dog had puppies, and this was back, gosh, I don't even remember. She was 7 when I left for Costa Rica, so she's 10 now, so 10 years ago. So 2016-ish.
Okay.
So I knew when I moved that Costa Rica wasn't her country. Like, she needs a fenced yard. She's not good off leash. She's super territorial and protective. Like, she would eat everything. Like, all the people, everything. Like, I just knew she was meant for another family. And I found exactly the person for her. Like, she's with an old man who takes care of her. She's like her prince. She's like his princess. He's the alpha, because she was the alpha in our relationship. Like, so she was the one was like, I need to protect you. And so she's living she's living her best life. And I knew it wasn't easy, but I knew she wasn't supposed to be in my world. And then, what was it? Like Lily's 2.5 now. So I got her at 6.5 weeks. So.
Okay.
Time's
all
going
right.
by.
Yeah, because I remember when you got Lily, and so all right, holy shit. Okay, and so you remind me of how you found Lily, or how Lily found you.
Yeah, so I actually had her and her brother when I was talking randomly about maybe potentially thinking about getting a dog, like super way out there. This whole big traumatic thing happened in my world, and one of my friend's sons tagged me on this post that these 2 puppies were found in this person's yard, and nobody knew where they went. They ended up finding the litter because there was 10 of them, but I'd sent a message randomly, obviously we know it's never random, to the owner, and she said, yeah, we're not letting anyone come, but I have a really good feeling about you, so come and see. And so I did that day, and it was January 2nd, so I remember the day that I got her. So she was born on Thanksgiving in the U.S. on the Thursday of Thanksgiving. Like, the whole litter was born then. And so I ended up leaving with 2 out of the 10 dogs. So I had Lily, and then I had one of her brothers, and then I could feel he had to go to the bathroom, so I put him down, and then he ran out in the bush, and I was like, and we couldn't find him again. So I was like she ended up finding him later, but I was like, apparently that's not my dog. And so her brother Clark, that I took on at the same time, I took them home, and then I find out the whole litter had parvo, and Clark barely made it through the night, one of the nights. Like, Lily was okay, I was still nurturing her, giving her colloidal silver, honey water, all the things that they needed. But there was one night Clark barely made it. And I knew he was in my world for me to save him, almost. But he was a very reactive dog, like Athena. Lily was bullying him, and just the mix of the two of them together just didn't work. And so I ended up finding a man again that has this hotel property that was looking for a dog that would help keep the property safe, which is exactly what Clark's MO is. And so literally we got there and there's all these iguanas in the yard. He's like, I hate these iguanas. I was like, oh, just wait. So I off leash Clark, and Clark takes off after the iguanas, and it's like he's chasing all them down, and the property's long like a football field. So Clark can just run up and down the field and get all that energy out, and this guy takes him for walks, and he feeds him all this stuff, and Clark has his own bed, and he's exactly where he's meant to be. And I was just the bridge, and I was the bridge with Athena for 7 years, and and then I was the bridge with Clark, and so now it's just Lily.
So I spoke with I think I've spoken with 2 animal psychics. I don't know if that's the right word.
Animal communicators.
But animal communicators, and one of them said that sometimes when an animal runs away, when or it's like you're saying, the bridge is complete, and they go because that's they gotta go, that's their story. It wasn't anything about what was going on. It was that's what they're supposed to be doing. That's what their intuition is telling them, is that they need to go be part of this. And like you were saying, it's where you're the conduit between the two, and you're getting them to be prepared to be able to get into their good life here.
Yeah. And that's part of the whole intuition, right? That's part of the whole intuition thing. And sure, we can look at me and people can judge me and all that they want about, releasing dogs, and you take on a dog and it's your dog forever. And I really truly believe that if that's the pathway for the animal. But I also believe that if the animal's not happy and not in its highest vibrational state, and I can do something about that, then I'm going to do something about that. There's no way that I could have Clark here. There was no way I could have Clark at the mountain house. He would just destroy shit. I would come home. Now, this is my fault. When I first got them, I should have crated them, because they were like terrorists together. I came home one day and the whole fucking couch was ripped apart. Everything was everywhere. And I was just they used to do that. Lily has never eaten anything at all, except for one of the blankets she's chewed the end on. But that's when she was bored. So, and I had an animal communicator do a reading on her to be like, what the fuck is she chewing this blanket for? And so she was like, I'm just bored. And I'm like, okay, well, let's be unbored, So I make sure that she's active, and that we're doing shit now, and because before I just let her outside and she'd go run the jungle.
That's what the animal communicator told you, that she was bored?
Yeah.
Well, do you remember what else you asked or talked about? This was something that I don't know, it was so cool to me. It was something I don't know why I never thought of it, but it's a cool skill to have, and I didn't know it was a something someone can do, or how I assume I know how they figure out that they can have this gift, but what else were you asking, and kind of what prompted you to go there to talk with an animal communicator?
Well, she's my client, and I actually activated that gift in her. So, some of the work I do is in spiritual gifts. Cool. So I opened up that gift for her to be able to. Well, she came to me, and we co-created it together. Let's just call. I'm gonna take all the credit, because I don't need all the credit because it's technically not all mine to hold anyways. But before we left the mountain house, Lily had eaten this corner of the blanket, and we were just talking about it. And I ended up doing the session when we got here because she had a bit of diarrhea, and I was trying to figure out what does she need, what's going on. And so she tapped in. She does energy work as well with animals, so she helped Lily move some energy through. She goes, she was still holding on to some grief about Clark, and she was still worried that just one day you wouldn't come back and that she would be somewhere else. So she needs more reassurance, and so I give her reassurance every day now. And even when I leave, I'm like, Mommy will be back. It's okay. I won't be gone long. You're safe. You're okay. And so she told me that she eats the blanket because she's bored, and she has diarrhea because of change, and that she's anxious. So I just need to have more patience with her with change. And so even this morning I talked to her, I'm like, because she knew yesterday that you could tell that I was packing stuff up, and she's like, oh God, we're moving again. And so I'm like, it's going to be okay. It's not far. So literally I had both the doors open in the apartments, and she was running up and down the hallway with me with just legging stuff around. So she was really active in the move this time. So I expect it to be more simple. But she said to her that she was claustrophobic. That's what she told the animal communicator too. I was like, yeah, we moved into a 1-bedroom apartment, like I can't just open up the patio door and you can go outside. Well, I can, but it's not outside, like she used to go lay in the sun and do the thing. And that's why I'm super like connected to this place in Santa Ana, because I can keep the patio door open, and it's a massive terrace, and she can go lay the fuck out there. And like there's couches, it's like super set up, like very communal. Most of my work will probably be done outside unless I'm really loud and the neighbors complain. But I just like, I can do computer work without teaching. But it's just like, that's why I feel so connected there, because it's the best of both worlds. We're still in the city, but she gets what she needs. But yeah, so she did energy work on her, moved the energy through, her poops got solid again, and now every time she does have some diarrhea, I'm watching to be like, okay, like she had dairy yesterday, and then she had a little bit today, sorry, TMI, and I just went, it's great, and I'm like, okay, so like just paying attention to all the things. So yeah,
that's what everything's about, though. Everything's about paying attention to the little things.
Yeah.
And that's also part of that energy work, that intuition. I guess that's what this episode's going to be about, is paying attention to the little things and intuition, and getting where you need to be, and understanding everything and everyone's energy around you. And so then how are you keeping cool? Like you have AC now, you said?
I don't need it. So one of the beautiful blessings that happened to me in the actual mountains, because it's really humid and hot. Like I'm talking about hot there every day. The AC in my bedroom broke, and it didn't get fixed for 6 weeks. So at the beginning of February, I didn't have air to go to bed. And so I started acclimatizing to just a fan, and it's hot. Like I'm talking about, like I would have the AC set at like 25, 26 degrees Celsius, which is technically hot for like Canada, like what I used to have it at, but it wasn't there in contrast to the heat outside. And for 6 weeks, I just slept without air, and my body got so used to it. And I actually get cold here at night. Like I'll put on a hoodie and pants when we go out for a walk tonight. It's cold. And so I will open up the windows before I go to bed. And the cool thing about this place is like the windows don't have screens. And so they're like you could just jump out the window, like that's but it's a cool breeze coming in right now because this is open. It's a cool breeze coming in, and I don't use fans. I don't need air. Like I don't need any of it. I just, And some days during the day I'm in long sleeves. It's cold out during the day. It feels cold. It's not. It's probably like 21 degrees, 22 degrees Celsius.
Okay. Yeah. Right now, it's 29 here, and it's I don't know. I feel like this is like one of the few times I'm wearing a shirt. But like they also don't like really let you not wear a shirt. It's like unless you're on the beach, except for like the halfway up thing. like where you like put it up to here. That seems to be a thing over here, but like it's I mean I went out the other night and I was wearing just a shirt and it was like 9 o'clock at night and I was just sweating. So I was seeing. So you just have to, I guess, climatize yourself and get yourself to, you know, just getting used to it. Like I have the air on. I don't know if it says 18 on there. I don't know if that's the
That's
temperature.
fucking cold. Yeah. Well, that's what
Yeah.
it's gonna run until the room gets to 18.
Okay. I've never changed it. I've been in here and like it said 18 when I turned it on, and I didn't realize it probably meant 18 degrees, but now that's probably what that means. 18 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's what it's in
it's
here.
cold
That's
in
probably why it's hot
contrast.
outside.
So the colder you have your room, the harder it's going to be for you to climatize. So you're going to sweat your ass off every day that you go out there.
So I need to stop being a little bitch in here
Yes.
and turn it up from 18.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What should I put it at? If it's 29 outside, what would you say?
I would go like 23. I'd go with 23.
23.
Start
Okay,
there.
I'm doing that right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it at 23. Okay, I'm living the 23 life right now. So
You just
okay,
got to get
so
your body
I know-
acclimatized, or else you're always going to be out there sweating your ass off, you know? And not to say that I
Yeah.
didn't sweat when I went out. I did. It's hot. Like, it really is. But I could regulate faster. You know, I didn't have to have it on all the time.
Yeah. Okay. I'm good with that. Like, yeah, it does feel pretty cold in here. So that's okay. Now I feel better. I feel I can even feel right now it's not as cold on me. So thank you for that. So
You're welcome.
yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So what's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning in your new place? Once I guess let's say 30 minutes. It doesn't have to be like right when you wake up and open your eyes and like whatever you do first off, but like what do you do in the first 30 minutes? Are you getting up and doing jumping jacks or something?
No.
Or
No, the first thing I do is I take Lily downstairs. Like, I don't even brush my hair or my teeth or anything. We go down to like the pet park. So that's our first landing spot. So it's usually 5:30 in the morning. I still circadian rhythm. So the sun sets every day here, 5:30, 5:45. The sun rises the exact same thing because it's just 12 hours in the space of that. So we go down to the pet park. Lily does her business, and then we come back up. And then usually I'll crawl back into bed, and I'll either read or meditate, or sometimes I'll go back to sleep, depending on like how I slept that night. And then like I get up, and every day is different. You know, like, depending on if I'm like super inspired and I want to get shit done, I'll start to do work, grab my coffee, do my thing, and then I'll take Lily for a walk. Or sometimes I'm like, let's go for a walk first, and we ground into there, and then I come back and do my thing. Like, it all varies. But somewhere in probably the first 3 hours of my day, I've meditated, read, brushed my teeth, maybe my hair, depends on the day, created some form of content, gotten some kind of email out most likely, drank a cup of coffee, and walked the dog. So most likely all those things happen in some context in the first like 3 hours of my morning.
before a lot of people are even awake.
Yeah. And sometimes I work out, but I'm more of a midday evening workout girl. And I would rather go later, but because I almost feel like I'm peaked in the morning. Like, I'd rather just get all my fucking content done and get that ready to go and get that out into the world first, you know?
Yeah. Let people do that while they're, get them to experience that while they're maybe at the, waking up, I guess, or, getting into their rhythm. And then they're like, oh, here's Colleen's content. All right, let's check this out. And, you're already done with it. They're like, oh, where is it? When's this happening this morning? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's
Okay.
regulated, so it's definitely never the same. So ever. Like, if you try to count on me to do something because you saw a theme over the last 3 days, I'll blow it up by day 4.
That's the way to do it.
Hear the motorcycles chasing each other here.
It's okay. I got this thing. I guess works pretty well, but I got out there. Like I'm right on it's like the main road, and then like the beach is on the other side of that. So like I got people, but it's like the main road that kind of goes through everything. So I got people fucking flying through. I got big trucks, but like, and then I got the dude. I forgot what it says, but he comes by on a little trike thing, which is like a scooter with like a food thing attached to it, like an oven, nice. And it's got these cheese buns. I forgot what it says, like Mabala cheese buns, and it sounds like some sort of like, I thought it was like some sort of propaganda thing, like coming by at night, like, oh shit, like what the fuck is this? Like this is someone like I'm in trouble, like where did I go? And but it's some dude selling stuff, selling some food. So he comes by every day, and I had to ask what it was, but I just was hearing, and I'm like, I don't know what he's saying, but like, and then I saw the guy, and I see him all the time. I'm like, okay, I got to stop this guy and get some of these things.
How were they?
But
yeah.
Well, worth him having a loudspeaker, I guess. Like,
that's how it's so inventive. Like when I first moved here, I was like, is that dude carrying that shit on his motorbike? You know, like I'm surprised that they haven't tried to fucking carry like an oven or a fucking fridge on their motorbikes. Like the stuff I've seen, like I saw one guy having a baby not even tied to him sitting here and his dog in a fucking backpack on his back on his fucking motorcycle, you know, and I'm just like, and just the stuff that you see, and you're just like, they're just making it work in whatever way they can. So.
Which I like. That was one of the things that like, I like a lot. That's like, yeah, you do it, you can like make everything your way, and you make everything work. And I'm like, that's how I do shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta fucking, you gotta make do. Man, I wish I remembered the joke about making do, but man. Anyway, that's for another day. Shout out to Tim Hammer there for his Mountain Dew joke. But so, where are people going to find you in the online world, or whatever way you want people to find you?
Did I send you all the shit you need, by the way? Did I send that?
You did.
Oh, perfect.
You did.
Look at me being freaking organized.
Just this. Just go like this, and that's where you're gonna go. It's right there and there. So
all in the description, but no, like I always say my playground's Instagram, even though we always communicate on Facebook because I'm active there. But it's like a lot of my shit that I like, you know, really potently align is over on IG. You know, I have filler content on Facebook too. You know, so that it's not filler. It's not like less potent, but it's like, you know, I do a lot of work on Facebook. But yeah, come find me on Instagram. I don't have a website. Like I'm kind of a rebel against it. But I think my rebellion's almost stopped. Where I think I might just get like a landing page that has like stuff about me and maybe some external links to some cool shit. Like I'm considering bundling a bunch of stuff together and like really kind of promoting that as like a lead gen evergreen offer. But anyways, I digress. So come to find me on like Facebook or Instagram, and that's where I'm hanging out.
Okay, I like it. Well, I'm glad you were hanging out here, and I bet everyone else that's listening and watching is glad you're hanging out here. And enjoy the new spot, and I don't know, fucking do everything that's awesome. Just keep doing what you're doing. That's all you got to do. You're already doing everything right.
You're gonna fucking turn it right up, even. Like, you're gonna watch me, like, fuel some shit in the world. But yeah, I always appreciate you, Rusty. I appreciate our low-key convos about random shit, like my dog's diarrhea, and, you know, like, or having sex with a Spanish guy that you can't speak the language, you know? Like, we just kind of let it flow today. It's great.
I think that might be the title of the podcast today. My dog's diarrhea and my sex with speaking with
A Tigo.
someone that can't speak with a Tigo that doesn't speak the same language.
You want to say?
So that works great. So you can Lily's like, when are you gonna feed me? It's time. I'm waiting.
Yeah, she's
And
like,
so
it's time
that
to
seems
eat.
like yeah. Well, have a great rest of your night, and we'll stay in touch. All right.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, Rusty.
All right. You bet, Colleen.